Welcome back to the show, everybody. The power of subpoena will be unleashed. We're going to bring some clarity, rather, to the 68 email drafts and the ruling that we're waiting on for Judge Torres. Governor Bank de Mexico and CBDCs. We're also going to talk about more than 20 Democrats looking at crypto mining now. And we have a new report from Ripple, on global adoption in financial institutions. You're going to want these numbers. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show this morning, everybody. It is April 25th, 2022. Good morning to you. The market right now is currently falling like a manhole cover from the sky, XRP included. It's the whole crypto space this morning, ladies and gentlemen, so don't take it personal. 1.794 is $1 trillion market cap right here. We see 2.48% off, but however, we see Bitcoin now well below 40,000 at 38,900 plus. We see Ethereum at 2,800 plus this morning. We see XRP on the news slip to the number 7 spot here. It's showing 66 cents on CoinMarketCap, and we're off by 5.32% on the 24-hour and twice that essentially on the 7-day. Looking at Fiat Links, it shows us a little higher at 68 cents. We see we're ranging between 66 cents on the bottom and 72 cents on the top. I do believe XRP will be a bridge currency for the world. That's right, at 68 cents. If it goes any lower, I'm going to fill my bags. Not financial advice. I'm just sharing my digital perspectives. You know, true wealth is good health. Real wealth is built in a bear market or a down market. It is only felt and realized when there is a bull market. Keep that in mind. You know, understand this as we go forward. You know, the bear market or down markets are what I consider to be planting season. And if you plant enough seeds, when the bull market comes, you'll actually be able to harvest what you've planted. Looking right here, I Trust Capital now has a $5 billion crypto IRA in transaction levels. $5 billion in crypto IRA transactions, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you right now, if you're thinking about what you want your retirement to be like, and I know I've thought about mine and I use it, I love it, and you should check it out for yourself. It is the best crypto gold silver IRA on the planet, bar none. And I tell you right now, tax-free crypto is the only thing better than buying crypto at my house. And that's exactly what I've done with the I Trust Capital. I love it. Link underneath the video. Right here, I want to remind you of this because John Deaton says this so well here, and it's an excellent video that was put out here by Digital Asset Investor. I'm not going to play the whole video, but it is obviously a compilation of a lot of what we've learned over the last year or so about what has taken place for Ethereum's free pass, #ETHgate. John Deaton says here, so much work has been done for an investigation. When the power of subpoena is unleashed, there will be a rat race for immunity. And I absolutely agree here. And to go further, I want to move to the case, the SEC versus Ripple, very quickly here. I know there is a lot of different opinions, and some of the lawyers are even split on how this case will shake out, which I think is healthy for all of us to consider these different options. But one thing I want to make clear here that I'm learning about the 68 emails, we know that Judge Netburn has ruled and denied and said that the emails were not protected by DPP. The Hinman emails should be turned over to Ripple. However, obviously in true fashion, the SEC wants to appeal the decision of Judge Netburn up to Judge Torres. They asked for an extension. They got a 2-week extension to do so. They will appeal up to Judge Torres, and when they do, it will probably take Judge Torres a few months to rule on that. Now, here's what we're waiting for on the ruling from Judge Torres. If Judge Torres sides with Judge Netburn, great. Then the emails have to be turned over. If she certifies it, as they say in legal terms, that would allow the SEC to appeal the decision between Judge Netburn and Judge Torres, as I understand it, to the Second Circuit Court, which could take us to the end of the year for that appeal, should Judge Torres allow such an appeal to be certified. So we will see what happens here, but we know that we're in a 2-week window for the motion to be filed to Judge Torres for the appeal of Judge Netburn. We'll keep you up to date as it comes through. Now let's look at some news really quickly here. New York Senator Thomas proposes to criminalize rug pulls and other crypto frauds. It's about time. Let's hope that they get that done, because we need confidence in this market with this new technology and digital asset space. And the only way to do that is to start rooting out these criminals without stifling innovation. How about that for a notion? The governor of Banco de Mexico here, the country's central bank, informed that Mexico will have its central bank digital currency in full circulation within the next 3 years. Now, that to me is hugely positive, because we know there will be a new financial system and central bank digital currencies will play a key role in that. Tennessee has revealed that it is now looking to hold digital assets, requests vendors to provide proof of trading volume they can handle. It currently has $1.2 billion worth of unclaimed assets. Now, I tell you, this to me is getting interesting when you see the states start coming into this digital asset game. We'll keep you up to date on that. Going on the global stage here, Central African Republic becomes the first African nation to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Well, listen, Bit Guy Ninja down here at the bottom says it best. It's going to fail. Look at El Salvador. El Salvador is going horribly. Now, I just covered this a week or two ago, where we had coverage of the reporter who went right to El Salvador with Bitcoin in his wallet and was trying to use it and had 2 fails, and the settlement time was between 2 to 8 hours, and he ended up being double charged and never got the items he tried to purchase twice. So there is a huge problem with what looks to be a beautiful thing happening here, and it seems to be a mess. And I hope for the Central African Republic that they get that data in sooner than later, because it could be devastating for the people. Look right here. We see right here at home in the United States, more than 20 Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives are calling now for the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, to probe crypto mining facilities within the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, I have talked about this ad nauseum. And we know that the EU has a Bitcoin proof of work mining ban back on the table. And we know that there is more talk about it here in the U.S. as well. You know, look, how this shakes out, we don't know, because that's how early we are. But I tell you, in a world that is going green and a climate green agenda, I would think that proof of work, which is not necessary in this day and age with this technology for it to work, why would they ever allow it to continue? Looking right here, algorithmic stablecoins look to imitate the security of the dollar and has recently been branded by critics as a ticking time bomb. You know, I tell you, there is changes are going to come, right? As they say. And I tell you, speaking of changes are going to come, there is a Ripple report out right now, and I want to go over some of the facts and figures in this with you. You're going to want these percentages. Let me get this pulled up here so we can take a look. I just went through this so we could not spend time on the wasteful stuff here. Let me get us very quickly here, because it's going to be much easier for me to just scroll through it for all of us. And I wanted to bring out this part right here. Green blockchain sustainability. Green blockchains such as the XRP ledger do exist, and they often also provide significant performance advantages on speed, throughput, cost relative to less sustainable proof of work driven blockchains. You see this narrative here? Proof of work is in the gun sights. It's in the crosshairs, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me move here very quickly to page 9, where I wanted to show you this, which is, let's see, it is right here. 1 second. Here it is right here. So projects that 10% of the world's GDP will be tokenized by 2027. This is from the World Economic Forum. 10% of the GDP will be tokenized by 2027. Now, that has got to be an incredible number right there. What are we talking? 15 trillion? What is the global GDP? We'll try to get that number for you, but let's keep going because there's more to know about here. Let me move forward here very quickly. And the whole report is fantastic, but I wanted to grab the quick highlights for all of you so you could have the mainstay here. Let's take a look at this very quickly because here we see it is, all right, so in the right here, 30% of respondents believe the impact of central bank digital currencies on finance will be massive in the next 5 years. Now, stay with me here because you're going to like these numbers as we go through them here. And I'm going to move very quickly here to this page. And in this page here, it is right here. It says, payments is a key use case as well. In the U.S. alone, listen to the amount of this, 2,300 organizations like PayPal, Microsoft, Whole Foods, UNICEF have begun accepting cryptocurrencies as a form of payment. And so, of course, these organizations need to manage cryptocurrencies as a support for payments, whether they hold it themselves, as some do, or custody through a third party. They hold it themselves, as some do, some organizations are also now paying employees in crypto, finally beyond crypto, beyond today. As the number of tokenized assets multiplies in the coming years, so will the benefit of managing those assets in the form of tokens. Bring in Ripple Liquidity Hub, right? That's what we're talking about here. And very quickly, I want to show you just a picture here of Ripple Liquidity Hub. Shout out to Bank XRP from this. It is a Ripple Liquidity Hub video where it clearly shows advertised a part of that Ripple Liquidity Hub is PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, Square, as an example of exactly what we're talking about here when we're talking about these 2,300 plus organizations that the Ripple Liquidity Hub would sit on top of and source liquidity for. Now, let's keep moving. Just a few more things I did want to show you here, and it is this. 76%, ladies and gentlemen, 76% of financial institutions, that's a hell of a number, expect to use crypto in the next 3 years. 76%. A tipping point scenario where the institutional adoption begats broader institutional adoption, the speed of which can be fueled by a variety of factors, including use for hedging and payments. I like it. 3 years, 76% of financial institutions, 20% of consumers say they would only buy sustainable cryptocurrencies. Well, that's good for us now, isn't it? Let's move forward really quickly to this little facts and figure here, which is basically sourcing crypto of note to banks. Now, this is a big number too, where it is due to the trust consumers have in banks or the established relationship they have with them or some other factors. The majority of consumers surveyed globally say that they would buy crypto through their bank if the bank offered it. MEA respondents were most likely to want to purchase from a bank at 79% of respondents. So listen, we're not even seeing banks offer crypto at this level, but when we do, you're talking about a 79% surge in the space for digital assets, or at least 70 plus, right? That is a huge positive number for me, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that. Let's take a look at this really quickly here also, because on page 33, 70% of global financial institutions are interested in blockchain for payments. Not like it's a huge surprise for us, but that number is really a staggering number. We also know 80+% of central banks are in the process of releasing some kind of central bank digital currency in that form. So that is huge too. And then we see here on page 36, the whole report is fantastic. But before we get there, 33% of global consumers would consider using crypto for purchases. 25% of global consumers would consider using crypto to send money to friends and family. And we know that that number would grow exponentially fairly quickly. And we see here 56% of global consumers say they are more likely to transact with a merchant that accepts crypto. That's more than half of the ones that were surveyed there. That's an incredible number to me as well. And then take a look at this, because this here it says it all. Compliance, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about here. And look how low this number is out of all the numbers we've seen. 25% of compliance leaders surveyed believe that blockchain will offer better solutions compared to traditional methods for identity, know your customer, and for payment efficiency. Now, I tell you, this to me, it shows us obviously where the problem is. And it's with compliance leaders, right? And when you have somebody like Gary Gensler, who comes from Goldman Sachs, the banking world, and even Jay Clayton before that, you really have to start asking yourself, if they're supposed to protect the consumer, why are they not protecting us? They've been harming us. And is it because their real interests are special interests, like Goldman Sachs themselves? Look right here when we're talking about price, ladies and gentlemen. We know we were sitting at 66.68 cents. According to CoinMarketCap and Fiat Links, this was out yesterday from Dark Defender. I wanted to share this with you so you can see what's going on here. He says that the price is hovering at the time yesterday at 69 cents. We know it's 66.68 today. He said, I have an update on the 4-hour chart for you. I believe within 12, 24 hours, this level will no longer be the case. In his opinion, he says, advise traders to watch out. For holders, grab your coffee and seize your Sunday. I am a holder is where I am in this, and you can see where this is, and it all looks like it's playing and dancing right here on this trend line that we have, this long macro trend line, and it lines up with the RSI being in the toilet here, which shows that there is strength to suggest we will at some point see a huge run to the upside looking at these previous lows and what has happened, right? We will see right there, and then we're here, and will we see a turnaround there? What is hard for me to see right now is how that will happen based on the fundamental news that has really hit price very hard today when it comes to the recent rulings and understanding about the summary judgment schedule, which looks like it could take us into 2023. Remember, the email decision from the ruling from Judge Torres could take us into, let's say, June, sometime in the summer here. But if she certifies that ruling and allows the SEC to appeal to the Second Circuit Court, for which it will probably be denied, but it will be another delay tactic by appealing from the SEC. If she grants that to the SEC, then it will probably also take us to the end of the year with summary judgment as well. So it is hard to know how this will shake out, but we are watching it very closely. That's our news on this day, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below. What are your thoughts on where we are today? I want to hear what you have to say, and I'll catch all of you on the next one.